Alrighty. How's everybody doing? Yeah? Y'all are like a mix between very stoic and very smiley, so hopefully that's a good thing. There you go. So why don't we just start with a little meditative practice? So why don't you guys just take a seat that feels comfortable? Just close your eyes and just kind of start to feel into everything a little bit. And I do want you to specifically put your hands, palms facing up on your thighs somewhere. So as per the usual, it usually takes a couple seconds or maybe a minute or two to just kind of start to settle into it a little bit, but just start to notice your breath. Start to take in the sounds of your environment a little bit, feel the air on your skin. Just take 3 really big breaths just to kind of initiate that deeper breathing, to start to build into your breathing practice a little bit. And then just see if you can let those big breaths kind of go on autopilot. So getting away from those short, sharp breaths that we tend to take throughout most of the day. Now with your eyes closed, I'm going to ask you guys to start to bring your attention to the sensations of your hands. So rather than thinking about parts of your hand, I just want you to notice that your hands, they kind of just feel like a cloud of warm sensation, especially if you're in the sun at all. Just notice more like the idea of your hands. Now in that space, I want you to identify your thumbs, and if that means you got to give them a little wiggle just to remember where they are. Just feeling the joints, thinking about all those things that those thumbs make us capable of doing. So keep that attention and then relax your thumbs, just continue to notice them. Now bring your attention to your index fingers, maybe giving those a little wiggle as well. Notice their relationship to your thumb. And then relaxing once again, maybe bringing that sensation of warmth into those 2 fingers. Then onto your middle finger, just giving it a little wiggle, seeing if you can do it individually. And relaxing. Ring finger. And then finally your little finger, just noticing, seeing if maybe you can even feel the sensation of your fingernail. And then just noticing once again your entire hand on each side. Relax all the muscles in your face, relax your shoulders, sit up a little bit taller. And then start to move all your fingers, maybe together, maybe separately, maybe squeezing into a fist, maybe spreading your fingers out. And just start to expand that movement into your wrists, rolling your wrists out a little bit, extending your elbows, just reaching through arms. And let's just make some continually growing circles, just concentric circles with the shoulders, just getting bigger and bigger. One direction. You can go slow, you can go fast. Maybe your eyes are still closed, maybe they're open. Just see how this sensation feels throughout your entire upper extremities, and then back around the other way. Just making these simple big circles can be a very potent shoulder warm-up, shoulder and arm warm-up. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. See if you can feel that engagement in your wrists leading up to your shoulders, your neck. Sit up a little bit taller. Make this last circle as big as you can. And with your exhale, just bring your hands to a prayer position in front of your chest. Taking one more moment here just to kind of notice how you're feeling, making your intention clear for yourself for your practice, focusing on what you need, not what I'm dictating to you. All right, guys, let's make our way to a tabletop position. So hands and knees. Once you get there, move around a little bit. I'm sure your legs probably feel like they could use a little stretch after sitting for a couple minutes. And just move whatever way feels natural for you. So if you want to stretch your leg long, if you want to do some cat-cows. Remember, you're initiating right now your own practice. See if you can notice something new about your body. 3 more big breaths here, just squirming around a little bit. Feel that kind of liquid nature of your spine and all the dimensions that it can move in. All right, walk your hands forward an inch or two. Take a big inhale, lift your chest up like a cow pose, and just kind of dip your hips down towards the heels of your hands. So not coming all the way down into like a downward or an upward dog, but now with your exhale, rock your hips back towards your heels. Really stretch long through your arms though. Inhale, chest lifts. Squeeze your butt a little bit as you dip your hips down and forward. Lift your chest. Exhale, drift back, hips to heels. One more time. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, rock back. Try to keep some length underneath your arms. Crawl both hands over to the right. So child's pose with your hands to the right. Again, 3 more big breaths here, just feeling the connection from your shoulders to your hips, everything kind of working together. As you know by this point, it's all one big unit, not separate muscles. And carefully make your way over to the other side, both hands stretching as long as you can towards the left edge of your mat, maybe a little bit further. Take 3 breaths, relax your jaw, relax your neck, let your forehead rest if it feels okay. And then carefully making your way back to the center, both hands at the front of the mat. Bring your gaze up between your thumbs, dip your elbows down, big inhale. And with your exhale, just kind of slither your body forward onto the ground. So belly down. So coming into this kind of cobra pose. Now we're going to do that 3 more times. Big inhale. Exhale, rock back to your child's pose. Inhale, roll forward, belly to the ground, chest lifts. Exhale, rock back, stay as low as you can. This is a hip mobility movement, so just see how it feels. One more time, inhale. Exhale, rock it back. Palms down, tuck your toes, lift your knees up, hover 1 inch off the mat. So really staying low here. Press your fingertips down, press your palms down, like you're a cat about to spring forward. Inhale. Exhale, press your legs straight, come to a plank. 3 more times. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, spring forward in slow motion. Lean forward even just a little bit more. Everybody, knees to the ground. Lower your chest, belly down slowly. Inhale, chest lifts, hands up. Feel your upper back engage. Think about pressing your hips down to the ground. Notice how your glutes start to fire a little bit. Inhale 1 more time. Exhale, palms down, push back through your child's pose. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. And just like that first tabletop position, just move around a little bit. Maybe lift a leg, maybe lift another leg, maybe lift a hand, roll your wrist. Do whatever your body feels like it needs before we start squirming around on the mat. All right, we're going to start with 3 sun salutes. So relax your neck one more time. Shake your head yes and no. Just release any tension there. Big inhale, draw your hips back. Exhale, step to the front of the mat. Maybe a few steps for this first one. Inhale, halfway up, flatten out your spine. Exhale, slide down. Bend your knees, roll your spine up. Feel that articulation all the way to the top. Inhale, both hands reach, get long. Exhale, cactus elbows, little back bend. Think cobra pose. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, bent knees, swan dive. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down, step back. Knees down if you want to, lower down. Inhale, chest up, maybe use your hands a little bit more. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take 3 big breaths. Maybe try bending your knees a little bit, see if you can lift your hips a little bit higher. Inhale. Exhale, step or jump to the front, both feet. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Exhale, slide down. Bent knees, roll your spine up all the way to the top. Roll up and reach. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower down slowly with control. Knees down or up. You can always skip back to downward dog if you want to. Then once you find your downward dog, take 2 breaths. Make them even bigger than the last 3 that you did. And again, inhale, hips back. Exhale, step or jump to the front, both feet. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, all the way down. Roll your spine up, reach up, get even longer than you did last time. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, both hands high. Interlace your fingers, press your palms to the sky. So we're going to lift the heels, so looking forward is probably going to make this the easiest. So look forward, find something to focus your attention on, and just start to let your heels drift off the ground. Imagine you're trying to reach your palms up just a little bit higher and press them to the sky. Take 3 more breaths. Feel that tone in your calves working. See if you can straighten your legs a little bit more so you feel your quads working. If you fall out of it, get back into it. 1 more big breath. Heels down, release your hands, swan dive slowly. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower down a final time for the sequence. Inhale, chest up as high as you need to go. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Lift your right leg up in the air. Bend your knees, stack your hips, kick your heel towards the ocean. So we're going to be working in all dimensions of the hips today, guys. So kind of make some little circular motions here, like you're drawing a circle in the air with your kneecap. Just got to notice what the muscles around your hip do as you do that circular motion. So as you kick back behind you, you notice your glutes are working a little bit. Remember that if your glutes are working, you are stretching the front of your hip. And as you close your hip, notice how your glutes kind of relax a little bit. Switch directions with the circles, see if you can make them just a little bit bigger. 3, 2. Now with 1, swing your right knee all the way around. Set your right knee down behind your right wrist. So we're setting up for a pigeon pose, but I want you to keep a narrow stance here. So notice I'm not back here sinking down. It's very early for that. So we're going to use this more for a strength movement. So lift yourself up as if you're trying to suspend your hips higher off the ground. Squeeze the mat between your knees. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Pull your knuckles down. So continue to really squeeze the mat with your legs. Inhale, 1 more time. Exhale, release. Both hands back down to the mat. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee up. Big inhale. And with your exhale, just pull your right knee in towards your chest. Inhale, 1 more time. And with your exhale, step your right foot forward, right foot between your thumbs. Back knee down to the ground once again. Inhale, both hands high. Exhale, find a little back bend. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back bend. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, both hands. Exhale, fingertips to frame your foot. Now, just keep this distance between your legs. Toes peel back. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, drive your hips back. Straighten out your leg. 2 more. Inhale, rebend. Exhale, straighten it out. Try to keep a little lift through the collarbones. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, straighten. Now 1 movement. Inhale, rebend your knee. Back knee lifts. Step your left foot up to meet your right foot. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, slide down. Inhale, both hands high. Squat down into your chair. So we're going to do this a couple different ways. For this one, we're coming down from the top. So you reached up, you're squatting down. Lean back a little bit. So much that you kind of throw yourself off your balance a little bit. Try lifting your toes up, then sinking down 1 more inch, and then putting your toes back down. Now look at your shoulders, palms facing slightly back as if you had a big beach ball and you're trying to throw it behind you. Sink it a little bit more. Now for a moment, I want you to imagine you're pressing your feet down and trying to spread the mat apart. So you should feel your outer hips engaging. Inhale 1 more time. Exhale, fingertips down, fold in. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands down, step back, plank position. Just shift back to downward dog. Once you get there, lift your left leg up. Same sequence here, bend your knees, stack your hips, kick back behind you, and just make some big circles as you start to feel what that hip joint's up to this morning. And then switch directions if you haven't already. Remember these mindful little movements, just seeing what all of these muscles and joints are capable of. Inhale 1 more time. Now with your exhale, swing your left knee forward, set it down, shin crossed underneath your body, coming into this shortened pigeon stance. And again, lift your hands up, so you're using your lower body strength. Inhale, both hands high. Exhale, sweep your hands behind your back, clasp with the other thumb and pinky on top. Pull your arms a little bit straighter, open your chest a little bit wider. Keep that suspension. You should feel a lot of engagement in the front of your right hip. Instead of sinking down, see if you can lift 1 inch higher away from the ground. Inhale again. Now with your exhale, release, both hands down to the mat. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, big inhale. Exhale, suspend everything up. Now really pull away from the ground like you're trying to step forward with 1 movement. Step your foot forward, left foot down between your thumbs. Gently set your back knee down on the ground once again. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, back bend as you sink in. Stay low, and then reach high. Exhale, sink a little bit more. 1 more time. Exhale, sink. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, peel your toes back, straighten it out. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale, straighten. Remember, it's still early. If your leg doesn't go straight, that's fine. Rebend 1 more time. Exhale, straighten. Let's hang here for an extra breath. And just like before, 1 movement, lean forward, slow motion, knee lifts, step it forward. Both feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold in. So this time we're coming from the bottom up. Sink your butt down towards your heels. Come down real low. As low as you can go with your heels on the mat. Now let's just bring our hands to a prayer position. Take a big breath in, lean back into your heels a little bit more. Come halfway up until your thighs are about parallel with the ground. Shoulders down away from your ears. Take some of the tension out of your neck and jaw. This time try and squeeze the mat between your feet so you feel your inner thighs engaged. Take 2 more big breaths here. And then fingertips down, fold back in. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down, step back. This time we'll move through vinyasa sequence, lowering down slowly. Inhale, chest up, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. All right, guys. Inhale, draw your hips back. Exhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, both feet. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Bend your knees, squat down, find that halfway point, both hands up. So leaning back into your heels, notice this time we're gonna try and pull our feet back. As weird as that sounds, I want you to imagine you're trying to drag your feet towards the back of your mat. Inhale, reaching. Now with your exhale, lift your heels up, lean forward, hands back. So tiptoes again. 3 more times. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, sweep back. Maybe sink a little bit lower if it feels okay for your knees. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, sink in a little bit deeper, heels a little bit higher. 1 more time, big inhale. Exhale, hands back, chest open, sink in a little bit more. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Fingertips down, fold in, straighten your legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in, lift your left leg up, standing split. Instead of focusing on getting your legs super high, think about squaring your hips so when you look at that left big toe, it's pointing down towards the mat rather than out towards the side. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Now just start to subtly bend your right leg, like 20%. Just bend it a little bit. Reach back through your left foot. Now commit to setting your foot down as gently as you can. Big inhale. Now with your exhale, bend. Step your left foot all the way back to a low lunge. All right, nice work. Left hand down, right hand up. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, reach your right arm forward. So that's the top arm, palm facing down. For 3 breaths, reach a little bit longer. Spiral your chest open towards the sun. Now next movement is going to be a reverse warrior. Take a big inhale. Now with your exhale, sweep your right arm back and around, all the way up and back. Left hand to the back of your left thigh. Sink down to the front leg a little bit more. Draw your right knee out to the right. Inhale 1 more time. Now with your exhale, windmill both hands down. Fingertips to frame your foot. Back heel lifts. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, left leg high, standing split. Inhale 1 more time. Exhale, left foot down next to your right foot. Just bend and straighten your legs a couple times. Again, relax your neck. Take some tension out of your neck and shoulders. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, right leg up. Got about 5 breaths here. See how this side feels different. Again, relax your neck a little bit. Lift a little bit higher. Then subtly start to bend your left leg. We're just telling those quads that they need a help. And then as you lean back, notice that your glutes and hamstrings start working a little bit more. And then again, as deliberately as you can, bend your knee. Step it all the way back, slowly with control. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, right hand down, left hand up. Taking the twist to the other side. Think about using your straight leg to suspend your kneecap a little bit higher off the ground in that back right leg. Reach your arm forward if you haven't done so already. Expand in all directions. Maybe even make that right hand a little bit lighter on the mat. Inhale 1 more time. Remember, reverse warrior's next. Sweep it all the way back and around. Right foot plants back behind you, reaching. Try not to rely on your right hand on your thigh too much. Think about maybe even pressing your leg into your hand instead. Good. Inhale 1 more time. Exhale, windmill both hands down, frame your foot, back heel lifts, inhale, chest up. Exhale, step your left foot back to meet your right foot. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, chest up, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Bring it high. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right tricep, maybe a little bit higher than last time. 1 more time, big inhale. Exhale, squeeze it in, see if you can make contact. And then step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Finding this low lizard lunge position. So, keep your back knee lifted if you can. Right hand down, that's the same as the front foot. Reach your left hand up. So it's almost like you're leaning into your bent right leg. Sink your hips down and forward. Remember that front leg is in half of a squat right now. So just kind of see how that inner hip joint feels. Inhale again. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, straighten out your front leg. Peel your toes back. Just like before, 2 more. Inhale, rebend. Exhale, straighten it out. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, straighten. Think about toes back first, straight leg second. Inhale, long spine, and maybe exhale, fold in a little bit deeper on the inside of the thigh. Carefully rebend your knee, sole of the foot down, lower your back knee all the way down to the ground. All right, guys, so 2 options, right hand to right thigh, take a twist here, or you can reach back and grab your foot. Okay, so as we gradually work a little deeper into the hips over the course of the practice, I want you guys to stay really deliberately focused here. So even if you're not grabbing your foot, I want you to try and squeeze your left butt cheek. So the same principle applies. So as you squeeze your left butt cheek and sink your hips down and forward, you're stretching the front of your hip flexors. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist up and to the right just a little bit more. Sink your left hip down 1 more inch. Inhaling again. Gently release your foot if you're grabbing. Now peel the toes of your right foot back a little bit. You can bring both hands down and just let your right knee drift out to the right. So really keeping an engagement here. If you notice you're kind of flopping out on the top of your foot here, you're bringing all of the stretch into your little sensitive ankle ligaments. Try to keep the engagement here so you bring the stretch to your hip instead. So your whole leg is engaged as it drifts out to the side. Inhale 1 more time. All right, exhale, sole of the foot down, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up. Right leg up and back once again, just like before. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Kick back, or if you want to this time, open up into a wild thing, you can give that a shot. So dropping your foot back behind you. Peel your chest open, squeeze your butt, either way. For 3, 2, 1. Sweep it all the way back and around. When you're there, right leg lifts just briefly. Set your right foot down next to your left foot. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Last one, inhale. Exhale, really try to make contact. Get as high as you can. And then step your foot forward to the outside of your hand. Okay, left hand down, lean into your left palm, right hand reaches up, peeling your chest open. Sink your hip down towards your heel, lean your shoulder into your knee a little bit. Two more big breaths, see if you can find a little straighter back leg. And then exhale, both hands down to the mat. Okay, just like before, palms stay down, inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, straighten out your leg. Inhale, rebend. Exhale, straighten. Last one, inhale. Exhale, straighten it out. Hang out there. Remember, your leg does not need to be straight. And then rebending your knee. Let your back knee fall down to the mat. Right hand down, left hand to the top of the thigh. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist and look up over your shoulder. If you did it on the other side, reach back and grab something. But remember, either way, that right hip where we're looking for the stretch is still getting what it needs, even if you're not grabbing your foot. Just because you're not doing it the fancy way doesn't mean you're not doing it. Two more big breaths, guys. See what you can get out of this. As your hip drifts down, open your chest a little bit wider, bring some relaxation into your upper body. Okay, careful release if you're grabbing something. Again, toes peel back, both hands down. Just let your left knee drift out to the left. So peeling the sole of your foot open. You should see the little tendons on the top of your foot working a little bit so your ankle's not taking all of the stretch. 3 more big breaths. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, maybe bend your elbows and sink in a little bit more. All right, release the sole of the foot back down. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, big inhale. Exhale, left leg up and back, bend your knees, stack your hips, kicking back behind you. If you want to drop your foot out behind you, you can. Listen to your shoulder, of course, so if you want to take Wild Thing, go for it now. If not, just hang out there and see if you can kick back a little bit more. For 3, 2, 1. Left hand down, left leg up, reach. Set both feet down. Now tiptoe your feet out about as wide as the edges of your mat. And I want you to actually turn your toes out slightly. Bend your knees a little bit, walk your hands back towards your feet. So your toes are turned out just like a touch, just like 10 degrees. Grab your big toes with your pointer and middle finger. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, pull your belly to your thighs. Three more breaths. Just kind of hang out with this. One more little pull, just see if you can find a little bit more room here. And then release your hands down. Let's take a quick little ragdoll pose here, just kind of take some of the seriousness out of this whole situation. Literally hanging out. So I hate to tell you guys this, but we are going to wind up in frog pose later. If you're having an experience right now like you just saw your dog rolling in something from really far away where you couldn't get him to not do that, just know that it's coming. All right, hands back down to the mat. So toes are still turned out slightly. We already kind of set ourselves up for this. Start to sink your hips down towards your heels. So we're working down into our squat. As always, we're trying to squat with heels down on the ground. Nice squats, guys. You guys are killing it today. And let's bring a little bit of movement into it. So just a little side-to-side movement. So just kind of feeling those hip joints. So as we start to make our way down into some more static holds, just kind of see if you feel any kind of like crunchiness, for lack of a better word, in the hips. Hang out with it. Just remember, this is a pattern that we're all supposed to be able to do relatively effortlessly. Okay. So, inhale, both hands up. Exhale, both hands down, straighten your legs and fold in. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, hips to heels, reach. Exhale, hands down, straighten your legs. Inhale, hands up, sink your hips down. Exhale, straighten and fold. Roll your spine up just like before. You got wider legs now. So as you come up to standing, inhale, both hands high. Exhale, right hand to your thigh, take a little side bend. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, bend to the other side. One more time each side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side bend, sink in a little bit deeper. All the way over, other side. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, cactus elbows, peel your chest open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands down, crawl your hands to the front of the mat, palms down. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, chest up, shoulders back. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, swing your right foot forward, set it down. Back heel spins flat. Take a moment here, square your hips so you can take your right hand to your right hip, push back a little bit. Left hand reaches forward, and then right hand reaches forward. Big inhale. Exhale, press yourself all the way up to warrior 1. Sink in a little deeper, grip the ground with both feet, back leg about as straight as you can get it. Sink in a little bit more. Inhale, reaching your chest open. Keep your feet in your warrior stance, hands in a prayer position. Lean forward, twist with your core strength. See if you can hook your elbow on the outside of your knee. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, press and twist. Really grip the ground with your back foot, drive your heel down into the mat. So we're looking for that big stretch in the inner thigh. Inhale, twist one more time. Now with your exhale, release all the way back and around, reverse warrior once again. Sinking in nice and low. Inhale, reach. Exhale, right elbow, right thigh, side angle pose. Maybe reach your arm up or forward, you choose. 2 more times. Inhale, reverse your warrior, stay low. Exhale, side angle, maybe a little bit deeper than last time. Hand reaching down to the ground perhaps. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, forward 1 more time. Just hold for 1 extra breath here. Peel your chest open. Inhale. Exhale all the way back. This time bring your hand behind your back. Left hand at the top of your right thigh behind you. Inhale, reaching. Now with your exhale, start to draw your hip back. Reach your right fingertips forward and reach, 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 reach. Hang out here. Find that strength. And then just gently set your fingertips down wherever they fall. No pressure on that hand. Use the hand behind you to peel your chest open. So crawl your hand down your thigh a little bit more. Lengthen through your neck like a turtle poking its head out of the shell. Now keep the hand behind the back. Bring your gaze down to your right big toe. Bend your knees slightly. Big inhale. Maybe a hop. Maybe 2 hops. Maybe no hops. Lift your left back leg off the mat. Coming into a Artichandrasana, half moon pose. Again, lengthen through your torso and then fold a little bit more. Now over the course of the next 2 breaths, slowly unwind the hand from behind your back. So you're coming into the full expression of the pose. Remember, a little bend in the standing leg is a good thing here. So now your hips are squared open to the side. From here, we're just going to close it off and square down into a warrior 3. Slowly and deliberately. Arms wide, chest lifts. Lengthen through the spine. Big inhale. Just like before, bend your knee 10, 20%. Just starting to let that leg know it's going to need to work. Step back as slowly as you can. Inhale, both hands up, crescent pose. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Right leg lifts up and back. Set your right foot down next to your left foot. Inhale, roll your body forward like a wave, plank pose. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. 2 more times. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, roll back. Last one. Inhale, roll it forward. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, chest lifts, high as you need to go. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog pose. Inhale, left leg lifts up high. Exhale, swing it forward, set it down. Back heel spins to the mat, just like before, left hand to left hip, push back, reach right hand forward. Find some length in the spine, engage your core. When you're ready, both hands forward, so think about really driving that back heel down into the mat. It's gonna stay there for a minute or so. And then bring yourself all the way up, warrior 1. Find that grip. Back heel is just cemented to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer. Lean forward. Keep both feet Velcro down. Twist. See if you can find that hook. So you got a couple more breaths here. Draw your belly in with your exhales. Lengthen through the spine. Again, upper shoulders are relaxed as best you can. Inhale again. Exhale, unwind to reverse your warrior. Take a breath here, find some length. Again, drawing your left knee out to the left a little bit more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side angle. Keep the length through your spine. Inhale, reverse your warrior, staying low in the hips. Exhale, side angle pose, maybe a little bit lower than last time. Last one, inhale. Exhale, side angle, get low, hanging for a breath, just a breath. Exhale, reverse warrior, bring your hand behind your back. You can even kind of use your left hand to shuffle your fingertips a little bit further forward if you want to. And then use that hand to pull your hips back as you reach forward. Find that suspension, little bend in the front leg, reach, 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 reach. Set your fingertips down wherever they fall. Inhale, chest peels open. Exhale, lengthen through your spine. Again, think about drawing the crown of your head forward a little bit more. All right, guys, nice and easy. Unwind that back arm. No, wait, back behind your back, sorry. Bend the front knee. Hop it in, then lift. There we go. I was literally staring at the sun It's like, man, that's bright. What do we do next? All right, now unwind the back arm. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips as best you can. Take a breath here, take a beat, find some length through all 4 limbs, and then slowly begin to square into your warrior 3 position. Using all that hip strength that we've been cultivating. Reach through the back leg, lift your chest a little bit higher away from the ground. Bend your knee just a little bit, just letting that left leg know it needs to work. And then slowly, slowly, slowly step it all the way back. Inhale, both hands up, crescent pose. Exhale, both hands down. Left leg up and back just briefly. Set your left foot down next to your right foot. This is going to be the final vinyasa of the class, guys. So everybody make it count if you can. Lean forward, lower down slowly. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, swing your right foot forward, set it down once again. Back heel spins flat. Okay, both hands to the inside of the foot. So you're still in this warrior stance. You're already in side angle pose once. Grab your inner right ankle with your right hand. Put your left hand on your right hand, and then just slide your fingertips across your chest, just peeling your chest open, sinking your hips down just a little bit more. Use that right elbow to subtly push your right knee away. Sink your hips down just a little bit deeper towards the front edge of the mat. Okay, so we're going to take a slow motion transition to Skandasana. So that's a half squat at the back of the mat. So bring your hand back down to the mat, both fingertips down. Turn your back toes out a little bit. Big inhale. And with your exhale, start to bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, and just shift your hips back towards your left heel. Coming low. Slow motion, we're going to do that transition 2 more times. Big inhale. Now with your exhale, bring it forward. Almost, you can even come into that side angle pose for a moment if you want to. And then bring it back again, bending the back knee, sinking in. Last time, lean your weight forward, press into both heels. Chest open if you want the full expression. Then back to your Skandasana. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Hips down, take a variation that calls out to you. So maybe hands down, maybe pushing your knee away, maybe open your chest, reaching arms, maybe even binding. If you can bring your left arm in front of your left shin. I'm not quite there, but maybe you are. All right, press down through your left heel firmly, big inhale. Now with your exhale, pressing down, shifting forward once again. Side angle, and then just lift that all the way up into a warrior 2. Good. All right, guys, you all know a warrior 2, so just make the adjustments that you need to make. Gripping the ground with both feet as usual, shoulders down away from your ears. Maybe try turning your palms up just to see how that changes the dynamic of your shoulders. Okay, inhale. Exhale, straighten the front leg, pivot on both heels, face to the back of the mat. Inhale, long arms. Exhale, windmill, both hands down on the inside of your back foot. So again, that warrior stance, just like before, same sequence. Left hand to left ankle. Right hand to left hand. Peel your chest open. Sliding your fingertips across your body. Open up. Take another breath here. And then slowly bring it back down. Okay, make the adjustment with the back foot. So turn your right toes back and out just slightly. Start to bend the back knee, sinking down and back. Exhale, press it forward. Maybe side angle pose again. 2 more times. Sinking down and back. And forward. Last one. All the way back. This time we're going to hang out here. Choose what your body needs. Work on getting your heel down, your right knee out to the right. For 5, 4, 3, 2, big inhale. Now with 1, press your way forward. Everybody find that side angle 1 more time. Use your exhale to pull yourself back up to warrior 2. Good job, guys. Hang out warrior 2 for 3 more breaths. See how it feels on this side in comparison. Wiggle your fingertips. See if you can find that warmth in your fingers from the very beginning of class. Inhale. Now with your exhale, straighten your left leg, turn your toes in. Everybody's facing the ocean now. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, cactus bend your elbows, peel your chest open. Inhale, both hands high. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Relax the back of your neck, just let your head hang. So we'll be here a couple times, so for this one, just kind of see where you stand. You know, this could be a pretty intense stretch in itself, so if you want to go deeper, you can. You got 3 more breaths. We're going to keep working into it slowly. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Use your arms to assist bringing you up. Okay. Little bend in the knees, hands to hips. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, pull yourself all the way to the top. Both hands up once again. Interlace your fingers, pointer fingers pointing up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw a line over to the right. You're just hovering your torso over your outer right thigh. 2 more breaths. Exhale, back to the top. Let's tick-tock over to the other side, reaching over about 10, maybe 11 o'clock on the clock face. Reaching as long as you can through the right side of your body. Slowly back up, reach, inhale. Exhale, release your clasp, bring your hands behind your back or grab opposite elbows. Inhale, slide your knuckles down, lift your chest. Exhale, dive forward once again. Maybe your hands come off your hips, maybe they don't. Once again, just 5 breaths here. Just see what's going on with your body. All right, guys, hands to hips first, and then release your hands down to the mat. So if you are in a really wide stance right now, I'd recommend taking it a little bit narrower. So tiptoe your hands over towards your right foot, just pivot on your right heel. So we're coming into a pyramid pose, so back foot's still on that shortened warrior stance. Inhale, lengthen your spine, rotate your belly over your thigh, and then with your exhale, fold in. If you want a slightly different and more challenging variation of this, you can come up, bring your hands to pranam behind your back, so fingertips, palms sliding together, and then dive down. If that's too much for you, just hang out with your fingertips down on the ground. Think about the rotation of your pelvis as the main catalyst for the stretch here. So swing your hips side to side until you feel something that's nice and juicy. Stay with it. 3 more breaths. All right, little bend in both knees. Just walk your way over to the other side. Same exact pose, just facing the other way. Left toes turned back. Make any necessary adjustments. You can also put your hand on your sacrum to see what your hips are doing for a little bit more tactile alignment. Fold in wherever you need to be. All right, guys, carefully unwind back to the middle. Hands back down to the mat if they went anywhere else. So we have this narrow stance. 1 more little upper body movement, then we're going to get down into it and the dreaded frog pose. So palms down. You can either practice leaning forward, just kind of bringing some balance element into your palms, lifting your heels up a little bit. Or if you're feeling saucy and you don't mind maybe potentially rolling into some dog poop that you didn't notice in front of you, lean into it, fingertips pressing into the ground, and then lift up, clap your feet together. Yeah, Aaron did it. If Aaron can do it, everybody else can too. Yeah! Be fearless, guys. Worst case scenario, you fall into the grass. If you did it, there we go, there we go. 2 more tries. See if you can get a little hang time for the last one. Yeah, okay, cool. Good job. All right, Once you find that wide-legged position, let's take one more forward fold here, just briefly keeping your feet in the same position. Walk both hands over towards your left foot. Left forearm around the back of your left calf, right fingertips reaching over towards something. Try not to bend your leg to get there. Just 3 more breaths. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, belly button to thigh. And then careful release. Same setup, other side. Wide-ish legs, left forearm or right forearm around the back of the right calf. Left hand crawls across to something. Maybe mat, maybe foot, maybe shin. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull and twist. Careful release, both hands down. All right, guys, walk your hands forward just like when we do that silly handstand thing. Walk your feet in, bring your knees down to the mat. All right, so before we come into frog pose, you can just take a moment here with slightly wider knees just to make some circles. We've done a lot of hip work already, just getting some lubrication into those big hip joints. So if frog pose is just agonizing for you, I really encourage you to start working into more of like a wide-legged child's pose. You have some cushion underneath your knees if you feel like going a little bit deeper. Knees wider and ankles wider. Turning the inside edges of the feet down if that feels okay. Elbows or palms down. We're going to do one cat-cow here. So inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, round your back. You choose which position feels like it needs more work, and then just start to press back. We're going to be here for 20 breaths. We're hanging out here for a while. It's like that very first meditative practice, focusing on your hands. See if you can close your eyes. Really consider your hip joints. We're very compelled in our society to avoid discomfort at all costs. So for once, just embrace it and just see what's going on with your body. Soften your jaw. If you're clenching your fists or anything is tense, see if you can relax a little bit. Just past halfway. Stay with it. Stay focused and engaged. Okay, spend these last couple breaths carefully making your way back onto your palms. I'll encourage you to move slowly, bringing your ankles in first. Walk your knees in just a touch. Now to get out of this one, tuck your toes under, just lift your hips up into like a wide-legged downward facing dog position. And then just tiptoe your feet back onto your mat. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, walk both hands to the front of the mat, just kind of pivoting on your feet to adjust back into that lunge position. Tiptoe your right foot towards the outside edge of the mat. Left foot steps forward. Once again, just visiting your squat pose. In your yoga squats, a little side to side. It's basically just an inversion of what we were just doing. Okay. Now from here, as carefully as you can. If this is not your practice, that's okay. It's just something to work on. Hands down, see if you can walk yourself back onto your palms. We're going to come into a reverse tabletop position. So one more time, hips engaged to stretch glutes engaged to stretch the fronts of the hips. Lift your chest a little bit higher, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift up one more time. Now with your exhale, tailbone back down to the ground. Okay, slide your feet forward, knees and big toes to touch. This time you're pointing your toes a little bit. Hands are light on the ground, maybe even just fingertips down. Let's just do some little pulses here, just lifting the legs. So notice as you squeeze your thighs together, you get a lot of engagement in the lower belly, the hips. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find the halfway point, so right about there. We're just going to draw some big circles in the air with our toes. 10, 9, try not to lean into your hands too much. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels wide, set your heels down. All right, so we're coming into this wide-legged forward fold one more time. We've already been here a bunch. I want you guys to take an opportunity here just to adjust. If you prefer to not have your heels on the grass, maybe turn to the side. So inhale, chest up. Bring your hands behind your head. So we're still doing the tension and release, tension and release. So elbows wide, long spine. Lean your torso forward. So think about drawing your chest forward rather than the top of your head. And we're just going to do a couple little pulses here. Just very carefully pulsing. You don't have to come super far forward if it feels uncomfortable. For 3, 2, come about a third of the way down. Really lean it forward a little bit and just hang out there. Now slowly release your arms out to the sides, just kind of hovering your arms over your shins. And then reach your hands forward just for a breath. Set your hands down in front of you. Toes back, inhale, chest up. Exhale, crawl it out a little bit. 2 more times. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, crawl it out. Last one, big inhale. Exhale, crawl, fold, relax your forehead down towards the mat. Staying low, walk your way over towards your left foot. See if you can get your left fingertips on your inner left arch. If that's not accessible to you, you can just bring your chest over your thigh. If you want to try this other version, fingertips to inner thigh or inner foot. Reach your right hand up. Option 1, fingertips behind your head. Peel your chest open this way, getting that side body stretch. Or if you want to reach over like you're trying to capture your foot, go for it. Take 5 deliberate breaths. Each exhale, turning your chest open a little bit more. Then if you're grabbing something, release, walk yourself back down the middle. Take a moment here, adjusting everything to that sagittal plane, facing forward, and then walk your way over towards your right leg. Again, maybe just hand on either side of the thigh or shin, or grab the inner foot. Reach up and across, maybe. Pick your poison. Try to keep your left hip anchored to the ground if you're taking the twist. Carefully release, back down the center. Last chance, right down the middle. Walk your hands another inch or two forward if you got some room. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold it down. All right, guys, walk your hands underneath your shoulders, carefully using your arms for an assist. And again, using your arms for an assist, hoist your knees up. Just gotta bring some movement into your hips slowly. Soles of the feet together, nice, easy Artichandrasana. So just come to a little forward fold here and just a little bounce through the knees. Some butterfly stretch, just like whatever sport you played when you were 12 years old. This is like the stretch that every crappy like kids coach does. Like, all right, do that one stretch and then you're good. All right. Close your knees together like a big book. Rock yourself all the way down onto your back. Little circles with the knees, just kind of stirring the pot. See how your hips, your low back feel. Keep your neck relaxed. So as we wind down, really focus on making your breaths a little bit bigger. So one more little movement for each leg, and then we're just gonna really just sink into the mat. So both legs straight, both arms straight on the ground, so you can kind of use your arms for a little assist for this one. Bring them slightly out to the side. Bring your right leg up, point your toes. Now from here, we're just gonna make a big old circle like you're trying to brush the ground with your foot out to the right, and then back up to the middle. Just gonna do this 5 times in one direction. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just pull your knee back into your chest, grab your right big toe with your right middle finger, and then just bring yourself into a half happy baby pose. Maybe left-handed thigh press down there too. If you want to start to slowly stretch your right leg straight out to the right, you can, but make sure your left hip does not leave the ground. Inhale again. Now with your exhale, rebend your knee if it's straight and bring it back in. Just slide your right leg out next to your left leg and just give it a little rock side to side. Nice and easy, just kind of one last little piece of movement for that hip. When you're ready, left leg up, point your toes. See if you can engage all the muscles on the back and front side of your leg. And just like before, big old circles. Drawing the biggest circle you can out to the left. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back and around, half happy baby. Grabbing what you can grab. Right leg is anchored to the mat. Either hang it out in half happy baby or start to straighten your legs slowly. Carefully rebend, bring it back into the middle. Feel that half happy baby stretch one more time. And then release both legs straight out on the mat. Give them a little wiggle. Now take a moment here. We're going to move straight into, actually let's do a twist first. So right knee pulls in one more time. Pull your right knee over to the left. Just because. Let's get in that last little adjustment. Switch sides. Hi, little guy. All right, now back to the middle slowly. Now extending both legs out. I want you guys to deliberately try to make all 4 limbs a little bit longer. You've already worked your butts off, so if you need to make any adjustments, maybe covering your face or anything like that, if the sun feels like it might be too much for you, please do. And we're just going to settle into a little body scan practice, kind of like what we did with our hands at the very beginning. So eyes open or closed. If your eyes are open, try to take in the whole periphery of your vision. So we'll come right back to our hands to start. So just like we did at the very beginning of our practice, I want you to start with your thumbs and maybe using a breath per finger. I want you to just notice each finger on each hand. Staying as deliberate and focused as you can. See if you can make out some of the details, the little wrinkles on your knuckles perhaps, or your thumb or fingernails. And bring that attention to the creases in your palms. Feel the weight of your hands on your mat. Just feeling the heaviness of your right wrist and your left wrist. Your elbow. The front and back side of your right arm and your left arm. Feel the broadness of your shoulders and your collarbones in between. Feel the front of your neck relax around your throat. Imagine the warmth of the sun is just letting your skin kind of melt off of your face. Just relaxing all the muscles of the corners of your mouth and your eyes. See if you can notice a couple little hair follicles on your scalp. Just see if you can sense anything up there. Begin to notice the natural curvature of your spine from the base of your skull to your upper back to your lower back. The encompassing protection of your rib cage around all of those important organs that keep you going. Feel your breath in your ribs. Feel your breath in your belly. Notice any sensations in those big hip joints that we spent so much time focusing on this morning. Maybe try actively engaging one thigh so the front of your thigh really squeezes. And then relax. And then do the same thing with the other leg. Finally, feeling your lower leg. Devoting a little bit of time to each toe. Feel the sensation of the air on the bottom of your feet. And connecting it all together, just feel all the places your body's making contact with the ground. Really grounding, focusing on just feeling that connection to the earth. Take in the sensations of your surroundings, the sounds, the breeze on your skin. And then take 5 of the biggest breaths you possibly can. Alright guys, bringing your attention to your hands once again whenever you're ready to do so. Start by moving the smallest joints you feel like you can in your fingers, just the tips. Let's do the same thing with your toes. Just like the beginning of class, start to make those movements a little bit bigger, just gravitating up through your ankles, your knees, your hips, your fingers, your wrists, your shoulders. A little squirm on the mat. Just reminding yourself how good it feels just to be here and be alive. And then if your eyes are closed, I encourage you to just open them up and take in the beauty and the whole periphery of your vision, the whole panoramic view of the sky. Take a big inhale, reach both arms up above your head and stretch your whole body out as long as you feel like you can get it. Exhale, relax. Just bring one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly. Just feeling your breath rise into your chest for one breath, your belly for the following breath. And using these last final breaths, moment of gratitude for your healthy body and your healthy mind. Another beautiful day of being able to practice and being alive on this earth. With that in mind, make your way into the rest of your Sunday with grace and ease. Thank you guys for being here. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Namaste. That good, huh? Thanks, guys. Namaste.